So today I thought I would tell you and give you the tools for the best diet, hands down, the best diet, the only diet to lose weight. This is going to be a fairly short, sweet video, but at the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what to eat in order to lose weight at any age and any stage. This just becomes more important with age because, as you know, with age, with the hormonal shifts, ladies, and perimenopause and menopause, we have to be quote unquote stricter if we want to see results. This way of eating, and I'm pointing to all the food I have here. Let me show you all the foods in front of me here. So this way of eating always works for me. As you guys know, I've just moved into my new house. It's the second move of the year. It's like the fourth move in about 6 years. I'm exhausted with moving. So it has taken me a while to come back onto this channel. So what I have done, because I've just been so mentally drained and exhausted moving and unpacking boxes, is my diet went out the window, as you guys know, and I've posted pictures. Recently, I've gained a bit of weight and I hit an all-time high of 56 point something kgs. It was early in the morning and without glasses, I couldn't quite see, but I saw that 56 on that scale and I thought no more. So I decided to go back to what I know, what works, and within 2 days, I've lost 2 kgs. Granted, some of it is water weight, but even if you lose water weight, I say that's a win because it shows you're on the right track, meaning you are doing something now where your body is shedding the water, usually because you've had too many carbs, you've held on to too much water. Carbs attract water into your muscle cells, but we don't want excess, right? So in general, the best diet to lose weight is always protein and vegetables. If you take nothing else away from this video, take that away. Protein and vegetables. You could construct a whole diet just from protein and vegetables and hopefully not get too bored and lose weight, be satisfied, have enough carbs, enough nutrients, micronutrients, and you would be just fine. You can also include fruit, but I would say 1 or 2 small fruits a day. But when we think protein and vegetables, don't just think chicken and salad. Nothing wrong with that, that's fine. But think vegetables like your sweet potatoes. Now, these are the orange flesh ones, but they come in all the colors, purples, and there's so many varieties nowadays. Butternut, pumpkin, squashes. So any root vegetable will be a carb. Carrots as well. Now, they're not super carby. They are not like a grain. Nothing wrong with grains. Grains too would count, but you want to have whole grains as far as possible unprocessed. Yes, these are the quick cooking oats, but you can also have, I love the steel cut oats. It just takes a bit longer to cook. Find grains that have fiber in them. The idea behind saying protein and vegetables is you are getting enough amino acids to fuel your muscle growth, repair, and muscle maintenance, which is what you want to lose weight. Muscle helps you lose weight. It helps you lose fat. And you want enough fiber because fiber is the best predictor of lowering your all-cause mortality. And I know that that's not sexy. The carnivore diet is sexy, but no one wants to think about the fiber in that diet. So I say some fiber every day. Try your best. And I say this over and over to hit ladies around 20 grams a day. So I'm just going to talk about the food that I have in front of me because you will see that this is an example of this kind of eating. And if you only eat these types of foods, now you can go mad, go wild with your imagination. There are a gazillion vegetables that I cannot cover in one video. But I mean, we've got little baby marrows. Here's a salad. You've got tomato, technically a fruit, but you know what I mean. A salad, you can do any salad. Set your imagination on fire. If you can put it in the salad, put it in the salad. Eggs, one of the most fantastic food sources. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, all day, any day. I've got chopped up smoked chicken breast. So this was pre-cooked. So when you buy this from the shops, it's done already. And I just chopped it up so it's ready to throw into a salad or mix with something. Now, when I got home from gym today, I had a really weird meal. I had leftover pumpkin from dinner before, and I had pumpkin with chicken breast thrown in, and it was actually really nice. You don't have to spend hours in the kitchen, although cooking at home is always your best bet when it comes to weight loss. Then you know what's in the food. Now, you can do something like a lean ham. This is a beechwood smoked ham, and the total fat content per 100 grams is 2.3 grams, which is pretty low. I mean, steaks come in higher than that. So you can, I know there's nitrates and nitrites and all those kinds of things, but we're talking weight loss. If you want to stay away from processed meats, be my guest. But I say, if this is going to help you, it's not the end of the world. You can do this once or twice a week. It's really, in my humble opinion, there are bigger things to worry about. Like I say, carrots, there is also, you can use the help of some whey protein powder. You can do a vegan one. You can do any kind of protein powder that suits you. The point is to get enough protein in your daily diet. It helps with appetite control. It really does. For me personally, it helps with blood sugar control. So I'm not feeling like I'm crashing and craving, which happens more now that I'm older. When I was young, I could have, I don't know, like a slab of chocolate, and just that would be it for the day. And I wouldn't even think about food for the rest of the day because, you know, when you're young, you're just so busy doing other things and going out and hanging out with your friends. Food is like the last thing on your mind. Now that I'm older, if I don't watch my diet, I tend to crave all the wrong things, especially when I eat the wrong things, and it sets up the cycle, and then it fuels the emotional eating. You know what I mean? So what I like about the protein powders is that they are quote unquote sweet. So it's like satisfying your sweet tooth. I know it's not the same as chocolate. Nothing will be the same as chocolate or chocolate cake, but it is a way of getting in like a sweet fix. Another staple, a little bit pricey here in South Africa, but liquid egg whites. So my typical morning food when I am being healthy, and I'm heading back into that now, would be 30 grams of oats. So you cook 30 grams, which is not a lot of oats. I add 1 whole egg because I want the nutrients that are in the egg yolk, but I don't want too much fat and too many egg yolks like in my diet. So I think 1 a day is good. 2 is also fine. And then I add more just plain egg whites. I could separate these, but what a mission, what a pain. Then I add egg whites just to bump up the protein content. So starting your day with protein is always a win. For lunch, a good example would be salad, and I forgot to mention something like a can of tuna. We do want to be careful with the mercury content in fish, so just check what kind of tuna, because the size of the fish determines the mercury content, the size and the age of the fish. Fish is a great option. There are a lot of low mercury fish that you can include, but you could do like a tuna salad, a chicken salad. If you want some carbs in there, you can include potato, anything, rice, couscous, quinoa, 1,000,001 things. Fruit once a day, I think, is perfect. Include your greens. I don't have spinach here to show you. I wish I did. Spinach and broccoli, it's on my order. Include lots of greens, fill up on greens, and I know it's not exciting and thrilling, but it really does make a difference, and you will feel better. Maybe emotionally you would still crave the wrong foods. I find that is something that happens to me, is I can eat this way. Physically, I will be feeling great, but if something happens that sets me back emotionally, like this whole year, for those of you who know, you know, I crave something for the emotional comfort. So this way of eating satisfies my body. My body doesn't want anything else. It's my mind and my emotional state that craves the wrong foods. If you want something like a sweet, cool drink, I'm all for Coke Zero. I don't think that the artificial sweeteners are that bad in a Coke Zero. I mean, you're not going to be drinking gallons of it a day. If you are, there's a problem. I say 1 or 2 glasses a day here or there, not the end of the world. This has been so tested for safety. I mean, millions and millions of people around the world drink Coke Zero. I have been using and enjoying sweeteners for, I want to say like 20 years now, and I'm fine. But I understand if there are issues and you are worried, just don't use them. I have coffee plain without sweetener. I do have full cream milk. Let me show you, just so you can see in my fridge. Let's go here. It's one of my staples is just full cream milk. I try not to overdo the milk. It does make the coffee taste better. I don't like skim milk, so that's what I do. So in a nutshell, to wrap it up, because this is a very simple idea. The best diet to lose weight is, also let's talk about fats. This is another topic, a hot debate with keto, and I'm not against keto, but I'm against it for me personally because it didn't work for me, and it doesn't work for a lot of active, athletic type of people. It can. It really, I think, is down to the individual. I just cramped and didn't feel good on keto. So when you're eating this way, ideally, in order to lose weight, you do have to cut back on the fats. Healthy fats are fine, avocados, a few nuts here and there. But remember, the fats are the highest in calories, and a calorie always does count. Even if you don't want to count individual calories, calories still count. So you do need to be aware. You don't want to just be pouring lashings of oil and fats on everything. It tastes delicious, I'm not denying that, and you can do it. It's healthy, but it's not good for your waistline. And again, your health is tied to your waistline. There is that measurement for a reason where they do the hip to waist ratio, and it is a predictor of health. So you do want to be careful with your waistline. Right now, it's not as slim as it could be, my waistline, but I'm working on it. But this works. Like I said, I've already lost 2 kgs in like 2 to 3 days, and I feel better. My mental clarity comes back. I don't feel that just foggy feeling. It's just not a good feeling. So I highly encourage you, protein and vegetables at every meal, or protein and whole grains. Think protein and fiber with every meal, starting with breakfast. For snacks, I am okay with a cup of coffee and an apple, or a cup of coffee and maybe a handful of raw nuts, but a handful, not a huge, not 2 fistfuls, not the whole packet, not the whole bag. And if you're wanting something snacky while you watch TV, you must have carrot sticks or little baby tomatoes or blueberries or sugar snap peas, that kind of thing. Have that on hand. I'm not a fan of celery, but if you like celery, go for it. Sometimes that is our downfall, is when we sit down and we watch TV in the evenings, and then we get that sort of that urge to snack. And it really is, I think it's an association now that we've all got. When we sit down to watch something, we want to eat, and it's something we need to break. So in a nutshell, this is the best diet. Again, let me show you all these foods. So in a nutshell, this right here, everything I have, protein powder included, that is the best diet for weight loss, hands down, guaranteed. Try it. If you don't believe me, try it. Try it for a month. Try it for 2 months. Probably 3 months is better. And I would say allow yourself maybe 1 cheat meal a week. Try not to do any cheat meals, especially in the beginning, just so that you get into the habit of eating these kinds of foods. But if you feel like you're going to go mad without a cheat meal, obviously have a cheat meal. And this is it. Let me know what you think. I hope this video was helpful. See you guys in the next video. Bye.